When would you go riding? Would you write before going to school, after school? Would you make weekend missions? Would you sneak out at night and go riding? What was your...
At that time, it would be I would take a bus to school and I'll take a bus back home if I didn't feel like walking. So it would be both trips. So it would be 2 buses a day, and that's if I didn't have like basketball practice or any kind of basketball game or any kind of event for school. I wouldn't tell my mom I was gonna leave. I would say, "Mom, I'm staying later." She knew, and I wouldn't lie. I would just lie to go to Melrose or to go to downtown LA to catch the bus and go mobbing. So it was often.
Would you ever go riding at night?
Yes, I did. When I met Sight, he was the one. Well, I would go with that guy, but it wasn't too many. It would be like I had little missions with him. It wasn't until I met Sight that shout out to Sight, big brother. It wasn't until I met Sight that I really got the experience of really going on the bus at night, going to a spot, having your backpack full of cans, and just catching hot spots, catching whatever it was in the night, all the way to like 3 o'clock in the morning. He would always take the bus back home, drop me off, make sure we were all good. It was a good team.
Were you sneaking out of your house to go riding at night?
I was.
How would you sneak out? Can you tell us what you would do?
I had my room. My parents' room was all the way at the end. My room was the closest to the living room to the door. But if I really wanted to be sneaky, I would. My room had that fire. They had bars, but it had that fire escape one. So I just open it and jump out.
Doesn't it make a lot of noise when you trigger that?
Not if you oil it up. But yeah, and they were all the way in the back. They wouldn't. I think from all the times that I've snuck out, I only got caught once.
At what time would you usually leave? Or sneak out?
My mom would go to sleep early. As soon as she'll get home from work, she'll be already knocking out. So she'll be knocking out around 9, 10 o'clock. My dad, he'll get up early, so he'll go to sleep. Everybody will go to sleep early. So I was leaving like around 11 o'clock, I would say, 11.
Weren't you afraid that your parents would come in to check on you and see that you're missing?
Of course, but you don't think about that when.
Would you leave pillows on your bed so it looked like you were sleeping?
Yeah, I did. I so did that too. But yeah, I would do that.
Until what time would you be gone?
So like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes it'll just be the South Central. I would only hit South Central with Sight. It will be a very few times that we'll go to downtown. I think we only hit it once we got a car. Once one of our group had a car, that's when we started hitting to downtown. But it was mostly South Central.
After sneaking out of your house, where do you go? Is someone meeting you outside? Do you go to their house? What's the plan?
Remember back in the day, there was only phones, house phones. There was no cell phones. There was no texting. I love this era. It's like so much like texting everything. Oh, hey, cop. We take advantage of it. We take advantage of that. Yeah, he would call me on the payphone. I'll have the phone off, where it could sound so it won't ring. Answer, okay, I'm right here down the street, because there was a park by my house. So he would have to go through the whole park. So by that time, I'll do the whole jumping out my window. The gate would make noise, so either would just do a 3-point jump, land to the other side, and just walk and meet him up. And then we'll be right there by Crenshaw and La Brea. That's where will be our spot.
You mentioned you only got caught once sneaking out. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about that night? How do you get caught? What happens?
I'm walking in. I don't know what happened that they came to check in my room. They came, they saw, they waited for me, they had the lights off. I always had a game plan, so I would never walk in with my paint. So I would hide it, I'll walk in, but my hands were full of paint. So that's what she saw.
When you walk...
I actually go through the front door, because by this time I was a pro. I thought I was a pro. They would knock out. So I walk in, I'm opening the door, and as I'm walking in, she turns the light switch, and she's there mad at me.
What does she say to you?
She's like, what are you doing all times of the night? But you know what? I think she wasn't as mad because I wasn't like out there with guys, like doing anything bad. And she saw paint in my hand and she got mad at me. I think she took my phone. I had my own phone in my room. I think she took my phone that time. And but she just saw paint in my hand. I wasn't doing drugs. I was, you know, and then she couldn't really, everything that I did in school and everything, like, she couldn't get mad at me. It was my outlet.